at the rhythm of the sun. Well, I was wide awake until the dawn upon her face, and the echoes of our song as it hummed along. So stay with me, you are my missing pieces. Oh, you are my missing pieces. You are my missing pieces. So won't you stay with me?
Hi. You guys can't hear me panic in the background during the intro. Johnny's just hearing me swear like, I'm not ready. Good morning, everyone. How you doing?
I'm good. I got my bread mug.
Nice. I will join you with my big old fat jug of water. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ever since I started dating somebody, I have a lot more fancy mugs in my house than I did before.
So fancy.
And themed things.
Oh my goodness. Well, today we're going to try to get to 4 songs. Just in the nature of our schedule, we weren't really able to do an extra live next week. So instead of doing 2 and 2, we're going to do all 4. But I'm also right in line with the projected lovely Mr. Milton hurricane here in Orlando. So I don't know if I'm going to have power the rest of the week or what's going to happen. So we'll do these 4. And if we have to move our live with Dimash, it's planned for Thursday. If I don't have power, we'll move that to next week. I'll post something in the YouTube community tab for those of you who are monitoring what's coming up. I'll give updates there. That way I can reach everybody all at once. And on top, we will do our best. We're going to board everything up. We also have song changes. So the set list has evolved for their Premonition tour, kind of as expected. I would imagine when you've got gig after gig after gig, even just as musicians, it's exciting to rotate songs in to keep it fresh for yourself, let alone, kind of playing to the crowd or where you're at. So the songs today will now be Karasuh. There's no way that's right. Karasuh.
I don't know.
That
I can't
song.
see it. Okay.
And Prove, Vandalize, and Remake, which is already on the list for today. So we're going to start off with the one I can't pronounce and get that one over with. You guys can help me.
Good idea.
Some sort of phonetic spelling would be awesome. I don't have. Oh, thank you. She is here, and it Karasuh. Karasuh? I think that's what it says. Karasuh. That makes sense.
Oh. Karasuh. Okay.
That's much better than my guess. It's almost as if you know the language.
They usually are.
So we're going to start with that. We have all lives to react to today. But before we do, we have a little routine for you. And it starts with Johnny.
Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell if you have not already
done so. And also, please be sure to click the link below in the description. You will find a link to buy some coffee to help support this page. You can even become a silver, gold, or diamond Thronly member for added perks. And we have a diamond meetup coming up soon, too, on Monday. Oh, also, check out Throga.com to learn more about your voice with our online vocal courses. All right.
Hello, Malu. Goodbye, heart. Miss Malu, I'm so in love with you.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do I usually put... I'm sorry, guys. I have lack of sleep and for hurricane prep. Do I usually have these on transparency? I don't think I have to for One OK Rock, do I? For their lives?
I don't know. I feel like it's
completely
better
blanking. I have no idea. We're going to start with being able to see it, and then I'll change it if needed.
Okay.
All right, you guys fill me in. Here we go.
And Lotta, yes, this is decaf again. I'm trying to do the decaf thing because I kept crashing. A couple hours after our sets, I'd be like super charged up and just nap time after.
I thought you said you kept crying. I kept crying. The tears.
Well, that too.
Anika, she just got to see her in Germany. We can't wait to see him in Toronto next week. All right, here we go. Nine years ago.
Pause it.
It's a banger. Most of them are. What's the I guess this doesn't have closed captions in this. If you guys can someone give me a quick overview what the song's about. They usually have great topics within at least all the English songs that I understand. It's just they don't write fluff. They don't do it musically, they don't do it lyrically, and they don't do that like on stage. It never feels like antics are just for the sake of.
Right.
So I'm curious what this one's about. The youthful tone in Taka is different than what he has right now.
Yeah. We tend to think of him as the ageless wonder because he doesn't really age that much, if at all.
Right.
So that kind of goes unnoticed. But yeah, I think we're getting more accustomed to hearing his voice every week, so we're starting to hear those little subtle differences.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit doesn't have the girth to it. A little brighter, yeah.
Yeah, a little brighter. Doesn't sound bad, obviously. So it's no criticism in a negative way. I actually like where his voice sits now. I tend to like male voices in the late 20s to mid 30s. Seems to be like a really good pocket. There's exceptions, of course. But yeah.
For most of them, yeah.
Yeah, because we've said this before on the channel, there's wisdom that comes with just age and life experience and stage experience mixed in with still having a really responsive, strong physical instrument. So that combination tends to do really well. So I'm just hearing the difference there. And let's see if you guys are filling us in on what the song's about. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess going back to what you were saying about every song having something. I would say probably out of the ones we've heard, this is not one of my favorites for some reason. It could be the mix too. Like the mix isn't really giving it that oomph. So all I'm hearing is sort of vocal and drum. So I still like it. Not one of my favorites, but there's always something interesting to take away from it. Like that verse, the way that they, it's like, again, it could be, they could just do like a stock type verse, 4/4, but they always do something interesting, and they have those little pauses in there, which it's just little nuggets of something, It's always different.
What else was I going to say? Sorry, I'm reading the chat, trying to look for what the song's about. Means Crow, and thank you, Annika. Thank you. Means Crow, and this song has a deep message. What is the message? All right, I might look at the lyrics separately. That's here, because I can't even. Sorry, guys, I'm a little disorientated. I admit.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Oh, the hurricane prep is like no joke.
Yeah, as you've been talking about it too, I've kind of it's going to go through a hurricane, but then it started hitting me the last couple of days. Like, this is actually a pretty big deal. Like, this is
massive. We have food and water and charged batteries and all that stuff like that, but my mind's like And so I'll go back to lyrics on this one. And yes, I will do the West Tone audio banner. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thanks, guys. I don't have to remind you anymore.
I know, they're there for us. This is great. Yeah. All right, let me hit play here. I like that. That syncopated,
still good.
Melodic
still
hook
good.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep.
That might be one to check out too. Yes. You know what's interesting? Hold on. Riling him up. He sounds cool. I don't know what he's saying. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
So much hype with that. I was gonna say what's interesting with the guitar. He doesn't really go into guitar solos. Like his skill set, like he can shred. He can do fancy things. Just in the nature of his rhythmic structures within all the songs. But he does a little more of that like early '90s Nirvana top line solo. It's what I'm saying. Like it's like a melodic lead versus a show off like progressive just shred kind of thing. But the choices are there for him.
Yeah, I mean, a completely different type of player, but like the Edge from U2, totally different. But he's not, he's not your conventional, Eddie Van Halen shredder type,
right?
But yeah, just really tasteful and really musical.
Musical's a great way to put it. Yeah, it's again, nothing's filler in that respect.
Yeah, I think what the thing with that song, just hearing it more and more, like their writing for me now just sounds more refined. That to me, that one, even though it's good and it has like a good energy to it, it's got more of that. To me, like it's presenting itself as more of like a jam, like they were just jamming in the rehearsal space, and the melody's kind of like really, it's not its own entity. It's kind of reliant on the backing track a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I don't know.
Well, they're saying too in the chat, and I appreciate your input here. There's other versions of that song too with the orchestra, which maybe we should have watched, but also more recent as a whole, which
Yeah.
might have been played with a different level of, again, just musical awareness
Possibly,
and skill
yeah.
sets, because they keep growing and getting better at what they're doing as well. So I don't know if that would influence the song, not just the songwriting in terms of the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah. Again, they don't write a bad song.
This
It's just,
is-
I'm nitpicking at this point.
that's exactly what it is, because it's kind of like, well, all you can do is compare it to their other content, and you can just show a bias of like, well, this is like a preference, but there's literally nothing structurally or sonically or musically wrong with anything that we just heard, because they're
No,
that
it's just-
good.
It's just an interesting thing, like, you know, when you listen to something and you have a gut reaction and trying to explain why, like that maybe you like something more than
Feeling
something
in
else.
a certain way, yeah.
It's an interesting thing, and you know, and sometimes it's just a mystery. It's still a mystery, even though this is what
It's
we
a
do for a
mystery.
living, and I'm a songwriter. It's still, at the end of the day, it was like, why does this one with, you know, talking about stuff that I write, why is this song with my same skill set, why is this one better than this one? Why do people respond more to this one than this one?
Yeah.
And it's still, it's the mystery, and that's what keeps you coming back for more, I guess.
Yeah.
It's that constant frustration, the perpetual frustration to try to get something right.
So next up is, we're jumping to, this is Vandalize. I've got them in, I don't know what order I'm doing things in here. I haven't found, I think Prove we have to do a fan cam version. Just because they don't have like an official live, from my understanding. So this one is Vandalize. This is from the 2023 Luxury Disease Japan tour. Am I supposed to put these on transparent? Did we have an issue with that before? I didn't see anybody respond to that, but I also might have just missed it. Maybe you did. You guys can let me know. I don't want it to get blocked. But all right, Vandalize. Let's go. Oh wait, isolation sense. So Anika, okay, so you gave us a quick overview of the song. Thank you so much. Isolation, resilience, and the struggle to find a place in a harsh and judgmental world. Crows live in a competition for survival, like the narrator's experience of living in a sad and cold world. Wow, that's a really concise overview. If you just came up with that from understanding the lyrics, thank you so much for that. That's awesome.
Hey.
Again, it's not fluff. It's
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. They seem to be fine. Okay, so I think we're good on the non-transparency. We'll find out. If it disappears, you might have to look for it on Patreon.
Sounding around, shattering like glass, covered in sky.
I know this song.
Roses are coming through the crowds. Time that you kill, you promise to help me rebuild. You call me your girl, sounding alarm. Said you keep me safe, now you tear me down. Am I late to waste now that you're not around? Come and leave your mark, vandalize my heart.
Oh, the edge.
Fuck the pain away, my face in ruins. Need you in my veins, don't know how you do it. Come on, leave your mark, vandalize my heart. 描かれてたモナリザは君の良さ詰めた手跡を引く微笑みが逆らく仕掛けの魔法で壊されてくように何回もトラップそして君にあらしたいのに掴みようないそう知るように Said you keep me safe now you're
Love this breakdown.
Am I way too
Yeah. Still talking about it.
Great pre-chorus. All right.
Do we need
few
another
things.
parental advisory thing?
You and I are on the same page because I still have this from yesterday. We've given RM from BTS and Taka the only 2 passes to swear on our channel. So there you go. This is supposed to come before the swearing, but you know.
They're going to corrupt you, Richard.
My ears. Mauve Mus, if I'm saying your name right, I'm so sorry if I'm not. I thought you guys reacted to this one. Does this sound familiar to you, Johnny? Because I have this album, so I've heard the song several times. So if we did react to it, I'm confused.
It doesn't to me.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean anything. I mean,
we hear so many over the course of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know the song well, and I love this pre-chorus because they're almost doing what is typically going into the last chorus structurally. We're like kind of like a breakdown. This
is more of a modern thing. In modern pop, maybe not so much recently, but within the past 10 years, they have what's called a drop. So the chorus, instead of having a conventional chorus where, it's you're singing loud, you're singing top shelf, it's more of the pre-chorus it's the build up, and then the drop is when the beat starts coming down, and it's almost
just
like an instrumental. It's an instrumental hook usually, yeah. But this actually has the build up, and then the drop is a conventional chorus as well. But
the impact is fantastic, and of course live it's next level. But even in their studio version of this song, I think is awesome. Just the way they got the harmonies built in and everything is really well crafted.
Yeah, I go back to that pre-chorus. That's what I was talking about. I think with the last song. So so the melody there to me is a standalone melody. You don't need anything behind it, and it stands alone on itself. So there's a game called Heads Up on the phone. Have you ever played that?
No.
Okay, so basically you go like this. You put on your phone, and then it's a song. Okay, and then the person.
I see people do that like in the lines of Disney, like when they're bored, they're doing like flip thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then they have to hum the other person has to hum the melody, and the person with the phone on their head has to guess it.
Okay.
And you can tell what the better written songs are because they have that identifiable thing. And a lot of, take any Beatles song, you when you hum that melody, you get it in a second. Even when you don't have the reference of the lyrics, it's so well written melodically, and it stands alone. It doesn't need the surrounding anything. Even the lyrics, it doesn't need.
And those are the songs that translate to multi styles too often.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's the difference for me with this song than maybe the last song. Even though the last song was cool in its own right. This one just has those moments melodically where they have their own identity, and they're not reliant on the music around them.
And this is just a year ago, and Taka's voice was talking about too, like his voice, like where he adds just a little push, like what I call like an overdrive, where he's pushing on the folds a little bit, gives a little bit of a distorted wobble, for lack of a better term. It's not, the pitch isn't wobbling, but like the folds themselves have like this extra ripple to it that just gives such a cool sound. And for him to do that night after night for hours, it just shows the delicacy in terms of like his balance. If he goes just a little bit too much, he's going to wear out his voice really quick, but he doesn't, which means he's doing it's like the perfect touch on the guitar where it's like you don't bend it out of tune, but you're playing fast. And it's just, it's accuracy, it's skill just comes through in that delivery every time. I'm going to back up a little bit because Johnny, I want you to hear this going into the bridge here. It's a great bridge. military movement is great.
That's great.
Oh
going
my
back
God.
to Tomo too. Again, we've talked about this ad nauseum, but
I'm not sick of it.
he just has a way. It's like that. He could just do that. Be the one snare, but he's doing double snares.
Yep.
I got to work on my beatboxing for one.
That was
Not the
pretty
greatest.
good. I mean, it's not quite up there with your mouth trumpet, but
My mouth trumpet's actually pretty good.
I concur. But he keeps you on your proverbial toes, just sonically. You just don't quite know what he's going to do rhythmically, because it's not even just this is what he did in the first verse, so you expect it in the second verse. He doesn't do that. There's always a feeling of evolution. And of course, not Ray Liotta, Rota. I'm so sorry to this fantastic band. I need to hear the name. Just seeing it written does not work for my brain.
Latte Lover, our resident beatboxer, just gave me the secret. Boots and cats and boots
and cats. That's right. Eddie, he follows what Tomo does. It's just like he'll actually play his bass lines, will modify based on the kick pattern that's there. So it's not just, Tomo just going off rogue. It's like the rhythm section the way they feed off each other is just so in sync. It's beautiful.
They're great.
Okay.
No way around it.
We're going to experience the great. We're days away. Assuming I can get a flight out of here next week.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. Yeah, we'll think positive thoughts that doesn't happen. Ryota, thank you. I don't know why I keep throwing an L in there. I'm just making it up as I go.
Ryota.
So this is One OK Rock Luxury Disease tour in Orlando. Thank you, Shia, for this suggestion. We have a fan cam here. This is Prove. What album is this off of? I don't recognize the title. Please know of the. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. Is this off the Luxury Disease? Because I listened to the album all the way through several times, so I haven't really paid attention to what the song titles were. So I don't know if I'm already heard this or this is an older one before Luxury Disease album. All right, but let's go. Let's hear this.
Richard, you better say your prayers before this. There's going to be some swearing at this concert.
Just do yourself. Next song.
It is on Luxury Disease. All right, thank you.
One step at a time.
All right, do you know this one?
Answers
This is kind of wild seeing them in a smaller setting because we've just
I know
reacted
they're so
to these
built for
massive...
arena rock.
I know.
Yeah.
But this almost gives like that local, the local band, obviously very successful band kind of vibe, and it makes it just more intimate. Like I would love to be in this audience just to experience that, like being closer to them and just having that like that kind of feel to it. This might have been at the Hard Rock or something like that. I'm trying to think of what place they're at here in Orlando.
Yeah.
Not sure where it is. Oh, House of Blues.
House of Blues. Oh, okay.
There it is. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like House of Blues venue. So it's just kind of, it almost looks like it's like a young band on the rise kind of vibe outside of like the arena tour, which is kind of cool. I love these hooks. I think this is a killer song. I don't know why. Again, I don't know titles. I just don't pay attention to them. But as soon as it started, like I recognized it immediately. This is probably in my top 5 from the songs I've heard. So I have the Ambitions album and The Luxury Disease are the 2 that I purchased. And every once in a while I skip over something if I know we're going to react to it. But I just kind of stopped doing that lately.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the album.
I like this one too. It has I don't know, there's something about the chord structure. It's got a little bit of an 80s, just a touch of an 80s vibe to it. Like,
does it? Okay, I can see. Yes. That has like the Van Halen kind of like, I can see that.
A little bit. I don't know what I'm thinking of, but it could be the wrong reference, but I feel like maybe that's it.
Yeah.
But they're great at just borrowing from things and then making their own monster out of it. And they cover so much ground.
They do.
Maiden. No, not Iron
not Iron Maiden. But on the note of Iron Maiden, what's interesting is they do a lot in major keys, and I like it.
Yeah, though this one is A minor.
C major. You meant to say C major.
Which the relative major to A minor is C major, yes.
It's A minor, sharp, sharp, sharp is what you mean to say. Which puts it in C.
In your defense, though, it is a minor song, but it does have
a major
somehow
feel.
It has a major feel to it.
It
yeah,
does.
It's got a happy, peppy feel.
A lot of their songs have like this anthem, positive chord structure sensation to it. Maybe it's the way the drums bounce or something on that end. But most of the rock songs I like are definitely feels more towards like the minor key, darker, moodier, angrier, that kind of thing. This is the first rock band for me personally. Like I'm buying their albums because it is, I'm connecting to it, and it is not the Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera, 90s metal that I grew up with playing drums and that I loved. So it's just, I'm growing.
God. Between this happy rock and embracing rap, I don't even know who you are anymore. It's just
still not reggae. It's just
give it time.
Not my jam. Not my jam. And by the way, too, it's like we're teasing about the swearing. I don't mind at all with the swearing. I've seen, I go to Metallica concerts. There are a few bad words. I don't think Lars can say half a sentence without swearing.
No, we're
not
unfamiliar.
I like that it's not just like throughout the songs or just like used for filler. It's just it's a hype sensation, and there's nothing as explicitly perfect as the F word. It's just there's something about it that just cuts through, right?
What's crazy though is, how long have we been listening to them? And this is the first time I've ever heard swear words in their song. And it's just ironic that it coincides with you using that parental advisory thing for the first time yesterday. And now all of a sudden everybody needs to have their mouth washed out with soap.
That's right. Did that ever happen to you? You were a good boy. That you never had that happen to you.
No, maybe.
Once,
if that happened, it was an accident.
One time, and it wasn't swearing. It's because I talked back to my dad. No, that was a different story. I'll share that story another time. But there was something I said that was rude. Not tasty.
I remember that. I remember this story.
All right, let's keep going. are welcome. Here we go. She'll lead solo. God, their energy level. Oh, cut that. I mean, they're. I'm tired just watching a song like that. It's just amazing. That's why when we see them in Toronto, we will not be in general admission. We have seats because we're old. We need to sit down, at least in between songs.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure we bring our Advil and our earplugs.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
Trying to think, I might be hearing like a early '90s thing, maybe like maybe it's Van Hagar more than like this. Maybe that. I don't know.
But that doesn't excite me. Like those songs, like I never got into those bands. Well, maybe because it's Taka's voice and just the drums and the melodic phrasing and the harmonies and the structure.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a. Oh God.
I mean, it's taste. It's taste.
This is just giving me traumatic memories of my first recording session ever in a studio.
That was so mean. I'm so sorry.
So Richard, first time ever in a studio, and I was playing one of we were doing your EP or something. No, we were doing an EP for this girl that we were working with, Krista. Yeah. And there was this one particular part. I was doing good. I was like feeling pretty good about myself, and then we hit this one section where there's like this little piano solo, and it was just taking hours, and and Richard, ever the perfectionist, was not happy with whatever.
You were like 17, maybe. I was 22-ish.
16, I think. Yeah.
16.
Yeah, and I was like, well. And I thought I had one after 2 hours. I was like, oh, what about that one? What do you think of that? He's like, well, besides the notes and the timing, it was pretty good.
Which is, in other words, I thought your velocity and your emotional integrity was still on par.
Oh, you cold-hearted bastard.
I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you stuck around.
You've made me what I am today. For better
or for
worse.
Oh, my goodness. That's right. All right. So we've got one more here. We have Remake. And let's see.
What year is this one?
I was just looking at it 3 years ago. And this is in Nagasaki. Is that the city or town that it was in? This can fill us in here a little bit. And also heads up for any of you watching this, that is going to be at the Toronto show next Friday. It's coming up really quick. Johnny and I will be there. We'll post in the YouTube community board where exactly. We'll get there early. We'll hang out. We'd love to meet anybody who's there. That's friends of ours on this channel. To meet in person is always lots of fun. And we'll be with John Reeves as well. And the night before, even, we'll post something. We're going to be hanging out somewhere. We'll let you guys know if you want to come have a drink with us and not swear. We can do that the day before, and then we get it all out on Friday. All right, let's go. West Tone Audio. Thank you, Flory.
Thank you so much.
I love you guys. Oh, that's cool. Yes, we'll see you there, Paul.
Awesome. Look at that.
I love this, like, Middle Eastern something. Is it like a quarter tone or something that gives it like that?
It's somewhere in the middle because it's generally it's but it's not quite that, and it's not quite. It's somewhere in the
Yeah, it's
middle.
like
It's in the middle of the C and C sharp.
it's like this little
Yeah.
bent tone that makes it really cool.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Such a great vibe.
Get out of that head.
We've seen this crowd before. It's just
You take me back, show me you're the only one. We fade away, you got me, I got to run. You're still alive, I never gotta take your feeling. You're just complicated. 生まれてねじられここまで歩んだこの道の先は誰にも踏み込まれたくはないがいた君のSmile about baby, I'm the tunnel and it wait for a moment. 心でスポーリング yeah, you leave it long so doctor, you can I can't believe it, I see you gotta take nobody's standing here. There's something you can see of me, baby.
That was cool.
I'm sorry, I keep you got she put the ball down. You keep you got out there. Out there.
Right.
No, 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 no. I got to go over there. I came to try to reach you with my broken legs. How many times have you seen me when I fall? But now I know you know the only thing like before. And the one I need to share. くだらない意味もないそくらいそれぐらいわかるよバカじゃない I never give myself to you and anymore. I can't believe it yet. I see you gotta take nobody's standing here. There's something you can see of me, baby. 自己ある自分が
I love that part. That's in the first chorus too. I was wondering if that was like structured in. Is it just the bass line that's moving like a half step? It feels like it's stepping out of the.
Let me hear that again.
Yeah.
Here, what you're talking about.
see you gotta take nobody's standing here. There's something you can see of me, baby. 自己ある
Yeah.
It's like a. Is this seventh or something? What is it doing?
Let me hear it one more time. Da-da-da. I think it's that.
I see you gotta take nobody's standing here. There's something you can see of me, baby.
Yeah. Okay. No, so it's the 5 chord. So it's in B minor. Da, 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 da. So B minor, G, D.
Turn this on.
Okay.
B minor.
That's B flat minor.
I know. I like to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, that's right.
B minor.
So G.
G.
Okay, then you got your D. And then first it goes to the A chord.
Which feels...
Right.
Which just
Right,
gives
we're-
a little bit of a build up, and then it repeats, right?
More conventional. Yep. Da, da. And the second time it does the same thing. It starts the same way. B minor, G,
G,
D.
D.
Cool. And then it goes to the 5 chord of that, which is an F sharp chord, but it does an inversion. So F sharp is all it's
So that's
You know, that-
here, but inversion like to here?
so a first inversion. So the B flat would be on the bottom.
Oh, like there.
Yeah. So the bass note's playing that.
So he's
Yeah.
not stepping outside of the key. It's just that the
No.
bass is accenting like a different, almost like a different root note feeling of the chord.
Yeah.
I know
so
it's not the root note. Sorry, I didn't say that. Explain that right.
No, but it becomes a different. It changes. It's essentially the same notes of that chord,
Right.
but an inversion can definitely change the vibe. And Elton John was really known for doing that a lot. Brian Wilson did that a lot in the Beach Boys stuff.
That's cool.
so that's
I
a
thought he
cool
stepped
song
right
where
out
he
of the key. So that was
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yep.
And it's just a good segue. It's like a different feeling of suspense leading into landing the next part.
Yeah. Yep. Just kind of takes it out of that predictability because that's in and of itself. If you just did a root chord, it's sort of a little bit stock.
Yep.
So just those little things that they do just make it interesting.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, by the way, we have some coffees to thank real quick.
Oh yeah.
Dropping the ball, my friend. I never
Yes.
drop the ball with the buttons.
No, never.
Let's go.
Thank you to Chris, as always, and Sakura. Actually, I used to play at a restaurant called Sakura Home. I used to play piano. Good memories.
Thank you very much.
Probably different meaning.
meaning. Most likely. Just a
Great opening
reminder,
song.
in case you forgot, Taka's range in his chorus is ridiculous. Just want to throw that out there again.
Particularly for the first song that in the set, which normally speaking, most singers like to kind of ramp up a little bit, not do their hardest song, or
Right.
I don't know if this is their hardest one, but they kind of
Yeah,
like
I'm sure
do
it's
something that's just something that's a little bit easier, just so they
Kinda
can kind of get
Warm
and
up.
plus just
Yeah.
acclimated to however many tens of thousands of people are out there, or whatever.
This seems like
however many it is.
110,000, I think someone said in the chat. It's just an insane,
I mean-
insane crowd.
God,
But-
it's just
So he's hanging around the B.
Yeah.
It's just that was like that A, B, and C range as like late teens, early 20s. It's like, that's the note. If I can get that note, then I can sing all of these songs. And that's just his default. That's the center of his range that he could play with. It's just so cool.
He's got, just a natural tenor. I've always been so jealous of the natural tenors.
But I will say, one thing I wish, now that I've got 2 of the albums, one thing I wish he did more of, and it's, again, just a preference thing, I wish he utilized his lower range more. Because I mean, he can go down 2 octaves down here. I've heard it. I hear him go there occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
But if he built some of his verses, some bridge ideas down in that range, I think it would make the higher notes stand out. Because I literally forget how high he is until I go to try to sing along. And then I'm just like, oh, all right, I need to warm up before I sing along with this young whippersnapper.
Yeah.
But those low notes would give even a greater, intensity to that. It's just a preference thing, because I think he's got a really great quality tone on the low notes that he doesn't use as much as the high end. What a singer. What a band.
What a singer. Real quick, Lou
Yes.
had a question for me. Johnny, are you playing chords most of the times or notes in your piano? Well, I play both. So usually the left hand is usually more for chordal type things, even though I do a mixture of both. But the right hand is usually the melodic part. I don't know. So the right hand's doing the... And then the left hand's doing more of the chordal thing. But what I do normally when I play is I do harmonies in the right hand. So I do... So this is the right hand now, which was just playing the melody. So I got the melody in there on the top, but then underneath I'm playing harmonic notes that are usually chord tones. And then the left hand can play the chords as well,
That's cool.
But then you can arpeggiate it, you can make it move a little bit more so it's not so blocky. So like instead of going, you can go.
I'm a little offended she didn't ask me to break that down for you, but I'll give it to you.
you just got to get over that hurdle of B and B flat, which seems to be really
it's one half step away. Shia, thank you so much. I wish we could see this animation. Pear character exaggeratedly stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee. I accept. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the super chats. We really appreciate this.
And Latte Lover, thank you as well as always.
As always.
Top supporter.
I don't have. We don't have quite enough time to do another song. I see more requests coming in.
Yeah, I got to get going.
Yeah. He's got to get to the studio. But let's take it someday. I know that's on the eventual list. If there's Johnny, just a heads up, I have a list of 77 songs, of which we've only done about half of for One OK Rock. So we'll sprinkle it out over time. But next week, we're going to focus on seeing these guys live and, fill you in on everything that's happening there. We'll do another travel adventure vlog. It'll be a lot of fun. And thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Thank you, guys.
Can't wait to see you next week. Check the YouTube community for updates on where we're going to be in Toronto. We hope to see you there. For those of you waiting for Dimash on Thursday, if I have power, because I am in the projected assumption of Milton, the hurricane. If I have power, we will be here Thursday. I'll try to update the YouTube chat if anything changes.
Could they have chosen a less or a more nerdy name, a less intimidating?
Yeah, Milton, I'm going to destroy you all. No, I just hope everybody's safe. It's scary, dude. Hopefully everybody evacuates that need to evacuate. Everybody's safe. And yeah, that's it for now. We'll update you all as we go. We hope you have an amazing day. Thank you to all of our silver, gold, and Thronly members as well for your support. And I see you're asking about the Filipino singers. Hopefully we'll be here Friday as well for our Thank God It's Filipino Friday. And that is it for today. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.
It's right through me.